Okay, I want to follow up a little bit again as far as the background of people you hire, and a lot of my experience actually came at the state level. But I always felt it was a big mistake to hire people in regulatory agencies straight out of college or academics, because they really didn't understand how burdensome those regulations are. Are any of you in your agencies hiring people straight out of university or people whose only experience has been in the world of academia? Or are you restricting yourselves hopefully to people who have experience with the businesses that are going to be regulated?
Well, I'll start by answering that. For the broad swath of hiring across DOE, we meet our human capital requirements, and we look to hire the best people for the appropriate job. For these entry-level positions, we definitely would like to have people right out of college, because I mean that's what those positions are, to give people experience. For more senior level positions, you definitely want people with various types of experience to provide that necessary information. So it all depends on the position for hiring.
Yes.
So certainly the agency does have fellowship programs with recent graduates, but just generally speaking, I'm aware that the political staff, I think, has a broad scope in their background and qualifications and levels of expertise that they can offer. But I couldn't speak to the agency as a whole's hiring practices.
Okay.
We have approximately 70,000 employees. We hire all sorts of folks, obviously at a policy level, at a senior level. What we see in folks tend to be people that have experience in state or local government, people that have experience in regulatory paradigms that are complicated, or people that have science backgrounds that are relevant to their mission.
I'm a little bit concerned, and I would like you to comment on this, because having dealt with regulatory agencies, sometimes somebody who has never worked outside of government, and that's fine, but they don't understand how burdensome a new regulation can be. Or, you may change a regulation from 3 years ago, you thought you were complying, now you're not, that sort of thing. I'm particularly a little bit concerned with, and I realize not your entire functions are regulatory. I mean, if you're hiring somebody for the parks or something, that's one thing. But if it's a regulatory agency that affects how somebody else is doing business with their property, I think it's important to hire somebody who's been on the other side first. And I wondered if you would ever consider even maybe putting an administrative rule, putting in requirements that people who work for the regulatory part of your agencies have to have 3 or 4 years experience first, so they understand how it looks when a new wave of paperwork is thrown at you, or you have to spend perhaps millions of dollars on something when 2 years ago you were in compliance. Would any of you comment on maybe if you would ever even have the ability to maybe put some administrative rule in effect, so you greatly increase the chance that you'll be hiring people who have experience other than just college-related, if they are interacting with private individuals?
Yeah, I've never thought about the rulemaking, but I will give you a similar example, and that is, at times I think the folks that we have in our headquarters, even if they're regulatory people, don't necessarily know what folks are actually doing on the ground, and the challenges that our field office are facing. And I've seen this, and one of the things we're looking at is ensuring that the people that are making regulatory policy decisions actually know what the on-the-ground effects are, even within the local regulators, because I think their perspective tends to be a little different because they are there experiencing these things as well. Your idea is an interesting one. We'd have to talk to our lawyers.
Okay, Ms. Bowen?
I would have to take back your suggestion, but I will offer that the Office of Policy, the office in which I serve, does have a program that we've relaunched that was first initiated under the Clinton administration, known as Common Sense, and now we have rebranded it to Smart Sectors, which is an opportunity for the agency to develop partnerships with the regulated community and to provide a means for career staff to get on the ground tours and site visits and to better understand the regulated community. And this is just a partnership that we relaunched several months ago. That was something past administrations have done to try to bridge the gap between career staff and the regulated entities.
Right. One way to make sure that the staff always understands the regulated community is make sure you hire them from the regulated community. But thank you.